All right, let's get to our morning business report here. You might want to dig through that drawer and find those old Bath & Beyond coupons.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I think I still have some under my car seat. Yeah. Plus, more than 72 million Americans are expected to travel over July 4th week. Channel 3's Jane King live at the New York Stock Exchange with those stories and more. All right, so we need to know what we're using those coupons for. We'll be listening for that, Jane.
No, I was thinking, do I have any of those somewhere? So we'll have that story in a second, Tracy and Caitlin. But AAA projects 72.2 million Americans will travel at least 50 miles from home for Independence Day between Saturday, June 27th and Sunday, July 5th. Now, this year's domestic travel forecast surpasses last year's record. Alaska cruises are in peak season, so Seattle, Anchorage, Fairbanks, those are all top domestic destinations for the 4th. Independence Day fireworks, of course, bringing people to New York, Chicago, Boston, and Florida ranks high for the theme parks, beaches, cruise ports. Now, gas prices in Connecticut down from a year ago, but still historically high, but doesn't look like we're going to pay much attention to that, at least for July 4th. Well, SpaceX is down again overnight. In fact, SpaceX shares slipped for a third straight day yesterday, shedding hundreds of billions of dollars in market value. Now, there's a good chance that those who bought the stock on IPO day are now underwater. The stock fell yesterday as SpaceX said it would sell billions in bonds to fund its growth. And Bed Bath & Beyond announced the rollout of 22 new Bed Bath & Beyond Plus container store locations across the country. Now, as part of the turnaround, those iconic 20% off coupons will be honored at these stores. Plus, they serve as an entry into a sweepstakes to win a $100,000 home transformation. Now, the stores will offer Bed Bath & Beyond's, of course, their bedding, bath, kitchen, home essentials with the container store's organizational offerings. Okay, stocks mixed yesterday. Investors rotated out of tech stocks and into blue chips. And that exit from tech stocks certainly continuing this morning. NASDAQ's down almost 800 points overnight. Overseas tech markets are selling off as well. Live from the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
All right, Jane, thank you.